Hello, fellow explorers. It's me, Mario. Today, let's talk about an assistant again, and it's going to be the one coin to arrow girl. She's very good, in my opinion. You might have heard me saying it a few times, probably more than a few, but arrows are always useful. It's almost impossible in this game to have too many arrows. There are like some steps that require double arrow that are taken rarely, and I mean, it's way easier if you have more arrows than anything else to keep moving on the track. They're also very useful to defeat guardians because most of guardians require an arrow to be defeated. So, yeah, you can't have enough arrows. So, for this reason alone, this assistant is already very good. You can also compare her to the upgrade one. I don't know if anybody in this game took her, maybe not. But the upgrade one basically lets you upgrade a tablet into an arrow, or of course an arrow into a jewel. But upgrading a tablet into an arrow, it's going to be worse late in the game than converting one coin. Normally, you really want coins at the beginning of the game, but in the late game, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, you have spare coins lying around. It depends a bit on which guardian showed up. So you might still need them. You might still want to take like decent conversion, like 2 coins for 2 points late in the game. But normally you have a few coins, you can spare and you can throw them at her and be happy with it because she's going to help you advance the track fast. Also, I like her more on the snake side of the temple because I've been able to take like 2 steps. Going here and here with my 2 archaeologists to take an assistant, and then by using her, I was also able to take a third one, which means getting another coin. You're going to pay 1 coin, but you're going to gain two. So I was still able to do good purchases. Like I got myself good items while I also got faster here to get the reward that was here. So yeah, she's just good at doing that, like rushing the track at the beginning. It's She's also very good in helping you defeat guardians. So if you're going to defeat guardians, she's going to be useful. There are a few things you should keep in mind when you get her. First, you really need a way to generate coins somehow. If she's the first assistant you're going to get, she's going to be you're going to feel her. Like activating her every round is going to cost you quite a few coins, and if she's the first one, you're going to activate her 5 or maybe 6 or even 7 times on this side of the temple. So you really need a way to get coins. So either the watch or the gold pen or the hat or some other ways to get coins into your deck while not diluting it too much. Or of course, well, the 2 coins assistant, but for these reasons, even though I've said that I like her to take an extra step here, I think that I like her a bit as the second assistant instead of the first one. Just because early on you like to keep a few coins at hand. Also, upgraded, she can get you a jewel, which is, of course, a very good value. But for some reason, I think that late in the game, upgraded, I prefer the other guy, the one that asks you a boot instead of an arrow. Just because if you can upgrade him, he's just going to give you an arrow, and again, an arrow is going to be useful all the time. I think that there have been a few times, not a few. It's pretty often you upgrade her and still get an arrow with her instead of a jewel, just because you need arrows to do move on a track or defeat guardians. While jewels are stronger, of course, as a resource, but it's possible to have like too many of them, depending on the level 1 sites that show up and on other things like maybe you get a trowel into their deck or something like that. So yeah, upgraded, I prefer the other guy, but in the late game, she's still way better than the other one if not upgraded. Like the other guy is going to cost you. Um, Early on, it's good because it's a way to cycle fear cards, but later on, it's going to cost you quite a bit to discard a card. So I like her quite a bit. She's not the best, of course. The only best is the 2 coins one, but she's among the very good ones. I think that I take her when she's available most of the time. Again, I like to take her a bit later if I have no way to generate coins. But yeah, normally what happens is actually that I take her and then I find a way to generate coins thanks to some items. So she's good. She's also pretty, and she holds her ground quite well. So yeah, I mean, taking her, you're going to be happy.